I got back from my fishing trip and found my nephew's girl sprawled out on my leather recliner, feet kicked up on the coffee table, thumbing through her phone like she owned the joint. My nephew Marcus was standing in the doorway, arms crossed, and goes, "Uncle Rob, we gotta talk. We're crashing here for good now." I didn't yell or nothing, didn't argue, just stared him down and thought, they picked the wrong old timer to screw with. But before I spill what went down next, hit that subscribe button and drop where you're tuning in from. I'm sharing this cause sometimes the toughest lessons hit from the folks you trust the most. Now, lemma rewind to how this mess kicked off. Name's Robert Sullivan, but most peeps round Seattle still call me Sully from my days running the marina. I'm 67 now, retired going on 5 years. My knees bitch when the rain rolls in off the Pacific, and my hands ain't as steady as they used to be, but my noggin's sharp as a tack. Sharper, even. 'Cause I've learned to spot stuff that young bucks miss. I got a 3-bedroom pad in North Seattle. Nothing flashy, but it's all mine. Paid it off 22 years back. My late wife, Caroline, and I snagged it in '89 when you could still score waterfront digs on a blue-collar paycheck. She passed 6 years ago cancer and the place felt huge after that. Too many rooms echoing with memories in the dead quiet. Marcus is my sister Linda's kid. She kicked the bucket when he was 19, sudden aneurysm, and his old man was never round. I stepped up 'cause that's what family does, ya know. Helped foot the bill for his trade school. Hooked him up with gigs at the shipyard. Let him bunk in my spare room during his apprenticeship. He was a solid kid back then, quiet, respectful, thankful. Then he hooked up with Sienna. She popped up about 8 months ago, 26, all Instagram vibes and knockoff designer crap that didn't match her wallet. Marcus brought her over for Sunday grub, and I tried to play nice. Caroline always said I judged too quick, so I gave her a shot. But I clocked stuff the way she eyeballed my crib like she was appraising it, touching everything like it was up for grabs. Cutting Marcus off mid-sentence, and he'd just clam up and let her steamroll him. 3 months back, Marcus hits me up. His apartment building's getting gutted, something about asbestos cleanup, and they need a spot to crash. Just 2 weeks, he swears. 3 tops. I said yeah, 'cause he's blood, and the house had been too damn quiet for too long. Anyway, 2 weeks turned into a month. Month turned into 2. Every time I'd hint at them looking for their own pad, Sienna'd cook up an excuse. Rental market's a nightmare right now, Uncle Rob. We're saving for a down payment it'll stack up faster without rent. Marcus just needs one more cert, and we'll have way more options. I let it slide. Told myself I was helping. Told myself Caroline would have done the same. That was mistake numero uno. Mistake 2 was heading out on that fishing trip. My buddy Dennis had this Haida Gwaii getaway planned for 2 years, 3 weeks, chassin' salmon, camping under the stars, going off-grid. I almost bailed 'cause my gut was screaming not to leave the house unattended. But Dennis pushed, and I figured I was just being paranoid. Marcus had a key, knew the alarm code he'd hold down the fort. I bounced on a Tuesday morning in early September. The drive up the coast and ferry ride cleared my head. By the time we dropped anchor in our first spot, rod in hand with mist rolling off the water, I felt lighter than I had in ages. For 3 weeks, no cell signal, just the ocean, the fish, and old pals bullshitting about nothing. It was just what the doctor ordered. Beer, rotten takeout, something sweet and funky I couldn't pin. I stepped in and my gut dropped. Living room looked like a frat party aftermath. Pizza boxes towering on the coffee table. Empty cans everywhere. Dirty plates covering every surface. My bookshelf, the one I built with Caroline, by hand shoved in a corner to make way for this massive TV I ain't never seen. Somebody bolted it right over the fireplace where Caroline's painting used to hang. I crept through my own pad like a ghost. Kitchen was worse, dishes piled sky high in the sink, some spilling onto the floor. Trash overflowing. Something in the fridge was rank enough to smell from across the room. Then I heard voices upstairs laughing, music bumping. I hauled ass up the stairs, each creak sounding like a damn alarm in enemy territory. My bedroom door was wide open. I froze in the doorway and soaked it all in. The bed Caroline and I shared for 33 years, gone. replaced by this king-sized beast with black leather headboard, clothes strewn everywhere like a laundry explosion. My oak dresser, her old man's handmade gift, jammed against the wall, buried under makeup, hair crap, and shopping bags. Walls repainted from Caroline's soft blue to this ugly-ass gray. Our wedding pic, Mia. The shelf with her fave books, vanished. And there, lounging on the bed like a queen, was Sienna, rocking a fancy silk robe that probably cost more than my power bill, scrolling her phone. She looks up, spots me, and grins, not guilty or sorry, but like she saw this coming. "Oh, Uncle Rob," she drawls, stretching like a lazy cat. "You're back early. We figured tomorrow." I couldn't spit a word, throat locked up. She sits up, all chill. "So what'd you think? We gave this room a major glow up. That old junk was so last century. This is way better, right? Where's my bed?" I mutter, quieter than I meant. She waves it off. "Oh, we donated that crap. Dresser was hogging space, so it's in the garage now. This room's got the best light, we need it for our stuff. You get it, yeah?" Before I can fire back, Marcus pops up behind me in the doorway. Won't even look me in the eye. "Hey, Uncle Rob," he mumbles. "Good trip." I spin on him. The nephew I helped raise, the kid who used to hunch over homework at my table while I whipped up dinner. He's standing there, shoulders slouched, hands jammed in pockets, staring at the floor. "Marcus," I say slow. "What the hell is this?" He shifts. "Look, we've been talking, and this setup's working out great for everybody. You got this big OL house, you don't need all the space. We figured we'd take the master since it's bigger, and you can crash in a smaller room. Makes total sense." "Makes sense," I echo. Sienna gets up, sidles next to him, grabs his arm. He leans in like a damn puppet. "We're doing you a solid, really," she says, voice all sugary like she's selling snake oil. "This place is too much for you to handle solo. We can chip in on upkeep and bills. It's a win-win if we just stay for good." That word hangs heavy permanently. I eyeball them both, standing in my bedroom, in my house, laying down the law. Something inside me goes ice cold and dead quiet. "Get out," I say. Sienna laughs. "Uncle Rob, don't be so dramatic." I said get out. Voice still low, but it makes Marcus flinch. "We ain't going nowhere," Sienna snaps, smile turning hard. "We've been here 2 months, we got residency. You can't just boot us. We got rights." She's straight upset at the place she'd been running all along. I look at Marcus. "This what you want? Stellin' from your own kin?" He still won't meet my gaze. "It ain't stellin', Uncle Rob. Just being practical." That's when it clicks, this ain't no mix-up or bad call. This was straight calculated. They waited till I was ghosted, unreachable, to pull their stunt. I turn and bail the room without a peep. Hear Sienna muttering to Marcus behind me, sounding smug as hell. I stomp downstairs through the trashed living room and out to my truck. Hands shacking as I fire it up, not from fear, from pure rage, but also from crystal clear thinking. They figured they cornered a washed-up geezer. Thought I was to beat, too lonely, too desperate for company to push back. They had no clue what kind of hornet's nest they kicked. I cruise to a motel off the highway, checkin', plop on the bed edge, staring at the wall. Room reeks of bleach and musty rug. Traffic humming outside. Somebody's TV blaring through the walls. This is what they reduced me to, shelling out for a room while squatters crash in my pad. But that pissed off grief, it's turning into rocket fuel. I whip out my phone and make 3 calls. First to my lawyer, Tom Mackenzie. Known the guy 40 years. Back when we were young dumbasses thinking we'd live forever. I lay it all out. He listens, no interruptions, then goes quiet. "Sully," he says finally. "This is elder abuse, financial scamming. We can go criminal if you want. I want him outta my house," I say. "Legal, clean, and I want him to feel the burn." "Gimme 24 hours, Tom says. "Stay away for now. I'll handle it right." Second call to my bud James Chen, retired cop turned pie. Need the lowdown on who Sienna really is and what I'm up against. "I'll dig deep," James says. "Finances, socials, old addresses. If there's dirt, I'll unearth it." Third call to my daughter Beth. She's out in Chicago with her. Family chat every Sunday. But this couldn't wait. "Dad," she picks up quick, worry in her tone. "What's up?" I spill the beans, whole saga. She's fuming when I'm done. Bet absolute, she cuts off. Dad, I'm booking a flight. Be there tomorrow. You don't gotta. Yeah, I do. Mom would have jetted out first thing, and so am I. Nobody pulls this on my old man. After we hang, I sit in that dingy motel as the sun dips. Neon sign flickering on outside. First time in 6 years I wish Caroline was here not to fight my battles, but 'cause she'd know just what to say to dull the edge. Instead, I grab a notebook and jot every detail: dates, chats, excuses, donated junk, repainted walls, Sienna's residency jab, Marcus dodging my eyes. Building a case, not a barrier. By the time I'm done, they'll get that patience ain't weakness it's playing. Smart. Next morning, Tom rings at 7:30. Filed for emergency eviction. Courts in 3 days. Meantime, send in a server with vacate notice and restraining order: no more trashing or stealing your stuff. Can they fight it? They can try, but they ain't on lease, ain't paying rent, and wrecked your shit. Plus, if your pie finds what I suspect, they won't want court. By noon, James hits me up. Sit down for this. Already. Sittin', but I grip tighter. Sienna Reeves, 26, from Surrey. She's got a rap sheet. 2 years ago, shacked up with an old dude in Burnaby, posing as caregiver. 6 months in, got added to his accounts. Daughter sniffed it out, filed charges, but Gramps wouldn't testify, dropped. My gut twists. More, James says. Before that, with a widower in Richmond. Same playbook: moved in as companion, cut him off from fam, grabbed the wallet. Ended when his son booted her ass out. No charges, 'cause the old guy was too ashamed. She's a pro at this, I mutter. At least twice confirmed. And Marcus? He's buried in debt cards, loans, $43,000 total. They're sinking. Sully, your pad ain't just handy, it's their bailout. After hanging up, I sit stone still. Anger turns razor sharp. This ain't just my house now, it's about stopping a grifter. Who preys on lonely folks' trust? Beth rolls in that evening. Walks into the motel, sees me, yanks me into a bear hug. We're fixin' this, Dad. Next day, process server hits my house at 8 a.m. I ain't there, but Beth and I park down the block watchin'. See him knock, Marcus answer, hand over papers. Even from afar, Marcus goes ghost white. Sienna grabs him, scans, then scopes the street like hunting for me. Good. Beth whispers, let her sweat. Hearing was Friday morning. Tom says dress sharp, stay cool, let him argue. You're the victim, act it. Thursday night, James drops one more bomb. Sienna's posting on socials. Pics of your crib, Callan at hers, yapping 'bout Renos. Got a Pinterest board for the kitchen overhaul. Screenshotted it all. Send to Tom, I say. Friday, I rock the suit from Caroline's funeral still. Fits, barely. Beth fixes my tie, squeezes my hand. You got this. Courtroom's basic, no frills. Marcus and Sienna across with some hack lawyer they scraped cash for. Sienna's in a prim dress, hair back, trying to look legit. Marcus looks like he's gonna hurl. Tom lays it out clean: the timeline, damage, donated gear, unauthorized makeovers. Shows Judge Sienna's posts, Pinterest, pics claiming my pad as hers. Then the nuke. Your Honor, Ms. Reeves has a pattern targeting seniors. Evidence of 2 priors where she moved in and tried grabbing assets. Her lawyer objects, but Tom's got receipts, reports, statements, James's haul. Judge, a no BS lady in her 50s with steel hair, peers over glasses. Ms. Reeves, this true? Sienna cracks. Misunderstandings. I was helping. Answer, did you shack up with 2 old guys and try controlling their stuff? Quiet. Ms. Reeves. Nothing illegal, she spits. Not what I asked. Whole thing wraps in under 90 minutes. Judge rules my way 72 hours to GTFO, no more touchin' shit, or sheriff hauls em. As we bounce, I glance at Marcus, he's ballin' quiet. Sienna's arms crossed, glaring daggers. I feel zilch, no win, no glee, just wiped. Outside, Beth hugs me. Over, Dad. Not quite, I say. That weekend, Beth and I hit the house with a locksmith, new locks, latches, garage code. Marcus and Sienna packin', avoiding eyes. I inventory every busted, missin', fix needed thing. List's long, but it's just crapwood, paint, glass fixable. In the master they'd jacked, I stand in the door, staring at gray walls. Beth sidles up. We'll repaint. Make it yours. Nah, I say. I'll take the guest room. Clean slate, she nods, surprised. Cool. Sunday afternoon, Marcus hits the door solo. Sienna's in the car, engine revving. Uncle Rob, he croaks. I'm sorry. So damn sorry. I eye him, the kid I raised like my own. Looks shrunk, empty. Sorry don't fix Jack, I say soft, I know. She spun it like we were helping you, like you needed us. Then it snowballed. Couldn't stop. You knew how to stop, Marcus. Just didn't wanna. He wipes eyes. I'll square up furniture, fixes all. You're for $3K under. Fix your mess first. He nods, turns, stops. Aunt Caroline be ashamed. Truest words. Yeah, I agree. She would. After they peel out, Beth and I watch taillights fade. Think he'll bounce back? She asks. Once he's ditched her, and you? I glance at the house. Banged up, yeah. Invaded. But standin'. I'll be golden, I say. Always am. Next month, I fix it. All, repaint the master myself back to Caroline's soft blue. Dug up our wedding pick from a garage box, rehung it. Furniture's gone, but Tom helps claim against Sienna's scraps for some dough. James calls 6 weeks post-hearing. FYI, Marcus dumped Sienna. Crashed with a shipyard bro. She's already shacked with a new Markholder dude in Abbotsford. Warn him, tried. Dude's deaf to it. Some gotta learn. Hard, thought 'bout ringing Marcus. Checkin' in, didn't. Some bridges stay torched. Maybe later. Beth visits for Thanksgiving. We cook in my scrubbed kitchen, reclaimed. At the table, just us, she toasts. To Mom. And you, for not letting em win. To Caroline, I echo. Who'd I handled this smoother? Doubt it, Beth says. You nailed it, no dumb rage moves. Used the system. Protected yourself. That's her style. Later, Beth crashes in the guest. I hit the porch with whiskey. Night air's crisp, salty from the ocean. House quiet behind me, but good quiet now. Mine. Thought 'bout Marcus, lost to greed and his spineless ass. 'Bout Sienna, onto the next sucker. 'Bout folks who write off old timers, see gray and think weak. Forget we got old by survivin', learnin', gettin' tougher each year. Phone buzzes and known. The home I built, fought for, they tried jackin' it, flopped, and then floppin'. Taught me, ain't never too old to hold your ground. Never too old to clap back. Never too old to show respect's earned by grit, not years.